Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm up to speed now. So this is Bella, and this photo of her in the fishing hat that I happen to have is I took on my birthday last May. Now I'm just going to scroll through a few photos, so I'll talk at the same time. I'm just trying this out really. This is web material that I'm just scrolling. So, and this is my own particular part of Purpleport. So the next picture is that's Bella with a scarf, and I'll scroll it up a bit, and this is a window light portrait of Bella. That was in the kitchen, and I used, well, obviously window light, basically. The others were studio flash, so that is her in window light. And let's get the top of her arm, right, and then this is with flowers in her hair. These are all from the same birthday photo shoot I did. I just advertised for a model and that's difficult to actually get a model for a specific day. Normally you have to negotiate a time, and that's within a range of dates. But I was lucky that she came along. And that's another one, the fishing hat, that's the same shoot. And this is her posing with flowers. And it's like a camera club slideshow. There's a window light picture of Bella this time. I'll scroll, because that's bigger, so I'll scroll up and down so you can see it a bit better. Right. And that's again in the kitchen, that one. And we got with a large scarf, and this time, hang on, we got, oh yeah, that's over. We got with a hat. This is her own hat, this one, that's her hat, and this is the full length of it. And small flowers, yes, she's got dandelions and daisies. And be that on the right. And then this is Sophie, and it was actually a video shoot I did with her predominantly anyway, and I did a few still pictures. And this is a montage because that's my bookcase, or a few books from on my bookcase, and but she was in front of a dark background, and I just montaged this one. This is Sophie. She's got a lot of tattoos, and she's resting her arm in that one. This is with floodlights, LED floodlights reflected for video, but I don't like them so much as studio flash for photography, but I didn't want to change over, so we just did it all with the floodlights. One was reflected off the ceiling, which is a white ceiling in here, and the other one was reflected into an umbrella. Well, that one is the bottom one. I got a LED panel which did the bottom. That's Sophie with hands on her face, and she did 3 videos altogether. There's 2 on YouTube, and she's talking about her interests, and that's with the bottom light again, and that's a close-up of her face when she's smiling, and she's got quite a few jewels around her ears and places. This is a montage, Leona by Bishop Bridge in Norwich. So that's an old actually that's a film picture of Bishop Bridge I montaged her on top of. And I took her with Studio Flash in here. What else we got? This is Leona. Now that picture of Rouen at night I took in 1986 when I was on honeymoon. I'm divorced now, but I was on honeymoon with Sue back in 1986, and I took that during the honeymoon. That picture of Rouen. It's blurred the background to make it look more natural with her, but in actual fact, the actual picture is pin sharp. But there you go. And that's just a face picture of Leona. That was a blue chroma key screen. That one's Leona smiling, and that again is a blue chroma key picture, and then with a thoughtful expression. I'm just going to check on here, make sure that's still okay. Looks like it's still okay, it doesn't say. Yeah, okay, well I'll go back to the pictures. So yeah, you can see if you see the square beside her pupil, that is a reflection of a softbox which I used for that, and the other flash was reflected off the ceiling. I'll be that, and that's her with colourful graffiti, which I had an old picture of, and I montaged that one. And then we go to, I did a snow, yeah, it hasn't snowed for a while here, but I did, it looks a bit sort of yellowy, but that was the background I chose for that one. And that's an early picture that I took early on in the photo shoot with the chroma key background. And then we got Bella montage. Now that old building's in Suffolk, but I can't remember exactly where it is. But then I put in front of that one, and then there's a picture, and there's an old picture I took of St Benet's Abbey. Now the picture of St Benet's Abbey I took in 1989, so that's a long while ago, and I took it on a twin lens reflex camera, and I copied the negative digitally with the camera and montaged it there, but I already copied that, I think. And then this one, this is Lindsay in what's the name, the something garden in the, hang on, what gardens is this again? Plantation Gardens, I've got the name, I'm trying to remember the name, in the Plantation Gardens off Earlham Road in Norwich. And no, Lindsay's in her 40s, but she's still modelling, she's a good model, and she's just slightly taller than I am. She's about 5'10", I think. Yeah. Now we've got Lindsay descending steps. So there she is, her feet. And there we go. And that's it, all in Plantation Garden. I did that photo shoot at the end of 2024. That's in the Plantation Garden. I'm just going to check it back again because I can hear the fan. No, the CPU's is quite enough. Right. Okay, so that I did that one as monochrome. And there's another one of Lindsay in the Plantation Gardens. I'll scroll up and down. Right, and that's I've now got a notification on Purpleport. Hang on, just look at that. Your image comment was liked by Brian. Yeah, okay, let's go back to where I was. Okay. Yeah. Lindsay with a gargoyle. This gargoyle here, that is. That'll be that with a big mouth. And Kathy outdoors in Norwich. Now this was 2023. That was not long before she got married in 2023. I did a video shoot with her dancing, and you'll see a lot of her on my YouTube channel, videos of her dancing, and this was one of the photos I took on a separate photo. I did the video shoot first and the photo shoot at a later date. Eloise in Eaton Park. Now she liked that one in black and white, so I did one black and white, and I got a big one on my wall which is in colour. But that's actually I think that's the same picture, but it's in colour, and they look a bit different. Right, and that's Bella in the Plantation Garden, because I did some. That was the. Hang on, that was 20. Was that? No, I'm trying to think. 2024 summer, wasn't it? Yeah, that's it. 2024 summer, and this is her in the Plantation Garden again, and there's another one in the Plantation Garden. There, now this one shows her dress a bit better, and and that's quite colourful. Everything's colourful. That was July, I think it was July 2024. This one is actually, that shows more of a dress, and that's in the Plantation Garden. The whole photo shoot was in the Plantation Garden. I wasn't using any other lighting apart from the daylight, and that's it. Okay. And there's another one. Now that one I have. What I do to soften a picture like that is I do the picture, and then I create an identical layer, and I convert that top layer to monochrome, and then I blur the top layer, and you can choose how you want to lay it on top of the other one. There's different settings you can choose from. Right, so let's go through. This is another one, Bella Plantation Garden. And again, showing all the flowers there. That one. There we are. Oh yeah, this is the one that actually shows a whole dress. So it's down to her shoes there, and the dress, and that goes right up to the tree and the other tree, and there you go. There's another one that shows the full dress, and also the background is less blurred because they're a bit further away, so you can see a bit of the garden. And with flowers and the colourful trees. And then next to those flowers with a different expression, and a close-up one with the flowers. I don't know what sort of noise I'm making with my arms because the mic will be picking that up. And this is Jen. She's a model in her 50s. And that's by the River Wensum in Norwich. And as you can see, there's canoeists gone past at the behind. And then there's Eloise in Eaton Park doing the video shoot. Yeah, and so I did a video shoot with her, and it was a talking video. I wanted to use some sound in this, so she recited a piece she knew from Shakespeare. These were all on YouTube, by the way. And then she had her own little saying piece she wanted to do, and then she did explained what she was doing that summer, and did a little song with an accordion. So she did a variety of things, and a little bit of dancing at the end as well. So, and you'll be able to see pretty much all of that on YouTube somewhere or other. And I've used several of these over and over again because I haven't got much in the way of dancing models to go with my music videos. And this is Eloise, and I mean, she's Eaton Park. This was the venue, Eaton Park. Right, that's a different expression, a different look. And there's another one where she's in Eaton Park. It's a different type of expression. Oh yeah, that's a portrait. That was I did a portrait. Was great audio and video model. Yeah, I mean, actually, some of her YouTubes, her first did quite reasonably well compared to a lot of my YouTube videos. And this is Jen at Thorpe Station. I'm gonna finish here because I don't like to make YouTubes too long because people get bored. So I've now done 17 minutes. So yeah, I'll stop.